Masaru, the face that runs the place, begins glowing bright and becomes a light bearer. If they win, everyone they kill from this game from this point forward goes with them to the finale. Good day, good people, another fine day in the year of the Radiance Tooling. Dave, you can't see Bravo because he's behind Frank the Christmas Sloth, Anomaly the Nomakaris, and your United States Aviator. Welcome back to another fantastic sleep-themed episode of the Danganronpa Hunger Games. And you know, they often call the night before Christmas the longest night of every year, especially when you're a kid. You're like, oh my gosh, it's almost Christmas morning. You can barely sleep. The excitement is building. The anticipation, it's growing. But I do digress. Let me talk to you. We have pillows. I've introduced pillows into the Ordeal Simulator, and since there's a lot of them, some shenanigans can happen. Tributes can just take a nice nap. They can have pillow fights. They can have pillow fights to the death. They can have last person standing pillow fights. There's a lot that can go down, and we're about to see a lot of it go down. And we're about to see who's here, or especially if the titles will be on the line, as I give our tag team champions their tag team championship perk. Actually, give a one for you and give one for you. Let's now introduce everyone who's here. Starting at the top, we have the tag team champions. Gamble pays off Celeste and Yelan. Couples counseling sees Mew and Yuta. Three's Company, Kotoko and Kokoto. High Flying sees Kaito and Yosuke. And you know, we're in the sleepover vibe, and you're like, of course Big Gremlin Energy have to be in that sleepover. Himiko's always so sleepy. She's got Ophelia with her, maging into the machine. Kid Rock has Monica, and Leon's, he's a little bit lazy, so you know, he went to someone's bedroom and things happened. Not the things that you think, though. Deep Pocket sees Monosuke and Ayato. Hamtaro sees Monotaro and Fumi. Where there's smoke, there's Nagito and Yoimiya, because I mean, like, Yoimiya would be a hit at a sleepover, let's be honest. Virtual Idols, Kizzy and Big Junko. Nail Party sees Rantaro and Kana. Snapshot sees the new World Pancake Champion Mahiru with March 7th. I feel like they would plan a sleepover, to be honest. Man, sometimes I can't get over how these two would probably get along super duper well, but I digress. Magic and Science sees Usami and Maya. Bash and Prod sees Samugi and Shiki. Samugi would have a little cosplay at her sleepover. Turncoat sees Ruka and Hina. Ruka, she might be a fiend, but I think she would probably throw a good sleepover. Boys sleepover, this is kind of their episode. Masaru and Gin. Just Monica sees Monica and Monica. The professionals see Togami. And Zhongli, Too Sweet, sees Izioi. And like, you know how like Izioi would be like really good at a sleepover. I think he'd be like the cool kid. And you know how like your friend has their hot mom. Ghost Zone, Corey and Vivia. Okay, you know how I talked about hot moms a second ago? What I go to school for, Chisa and Kawakami. Time and Space sees Taichi and Rindo. Makoto sees Makoto and Maskoto. The Ghostbuster sees Panette and Kokichi, both to tell some spooky stories. I Hate That Hedgehog sees Monokuma and Eggman. Someone's gonna call him Egg Dad in the comments, and this is a call out post. Crystal Clear sees Hero and Layton, and I think Layton would be great for puzzles, and then you would be spending all night trying to figure them out, only to become sleep deprived and be furious. So the story goes, sees So and Toko. Stop Look and Listen sees Kamaru and Sophie. Memory is Key, Hajime and Yuma. Small Companion sees Gundam and Joe. Part of me wanted to put Paimon in here, but I think Joe would be a mastermind at a slumber party. Pimp's Mafia sees Kazuichi and Fuyuhiko. Get Motivated, Nekomaru and Now. Tipping the Scales sees Chiaki and Tiki. It's kind of their episode too. There are top slumberers. Sick Wheel sees Mondo and Mitsuru. Rebel Heart sees Mitarai and Joker. Big and Tall sees Fatagami and Crazy Yoko. You can't have any sort of sleepover or slumber party without the man who brings the party. We have Angie, and we have Pandreo, Praise, and Aru. Live entrance sees the Great Gozu and Shinyan. Shinyan's definitely throwing down and having a fantastic party. You know, boys like to roughhouse a little bit. Greg Goes is gonna put somebody through the floorboards. Laser Focus sees Kole and Natsumi, and Royal Family sees Junko and Clean. We have a big show for you today. And Wednesday, there's a big show for you tonight. Do not miss Friday Night Inferno, the last Inferno before the fight before Christmas. Fracture will be next Friday, and then next Saturday. Keep in mind, there are only 8 days until the fight before Christmas. But without further ado, there's not a fight that is about to be happening here, but it's a, well, I mean, there's a fight about to be happening here. You guys could make your picks right now, and I could ask you to, but you have to see, is this fight for, and I'll scroll all the way to the top for them, the Tag Team Championships. And as I switch to the Tag Team wheel, I think every time, not every time this season, but I think this is like the favorite percentage for couples counseling. I said let's click the tag team one, and I didn't even click the tag team one. That being said, we will be spinning in 3, 2, 1. It's becoming a sizable chunk. It's not like the biggest chunk of all time, but it's becoming sizable. And I wouldn't be surprised if it hit. Now, we're gambling, and will the gamble pay off? That is the question we all have today. Will gamble pays off be forced to defend those tag team titles? It will be yes, no, yes, no, 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 no. Not today. But couples counseling still has time to do so. Admittedly, plenty of time. Another 15% could accumulate on that wheel, and we could have a massive not last team standing, but like a last chance match. Will that happen though? I mean, I don't know. Right now, make your picks. First of all, which of these teams, just total teams, do you think would be the biggest hit at a slumber party? I will answer that too. And also give me your picks for first, second, and third. Make those picks in the comments. I am going to pick for my best sleepover team. Who do I think would just be 2 really fun people to have at a slumber party? Admittedly, I really hate to say it, but I think Angie and Pandreo might be a fun duo to have at a slumber party. I'm not a huge Angie fan, but I think she might do a slumber party right. I really think she might do a slumber party right, and Pandreo's gonna make sure it's right. But I don't have them for first. For first, I have I'm gonna take Mahiru's Big Week. I'm gonna say Snapshot, Mahiru and March 7th. For second, I'm gonna take Mage Against the Machine, Ophelia specifically. And for third, I'll take Nagito, where there's smoke, there's a dope slumber party, a dope sleepover. Also, and I know that we actually, and this is what I kind of like about our community, we have a really rich international audience. Like, we got people from all over, all sorts of hemispheres, all over everywhere. I feel like I know at least one person from every continent who is a frequent either viewer or Discorder. However, I don't know about Australia. So if one of you are Australian, let me know. That's all I want to. I guess I can check my analytics, but I literally never hop in there. Here, let's do it. You guys made your picks, right? Oh, that's what I was just getting to this. And that's why I kind of went on this tangent. Do you call it a sleepover or a slumber party? That's what I want to know. That is what I want to know. But then in my mind, I was like, well, I guess we know people from all different, like, dialects and languages, but like, let me know. Which one have you learned, and which one are you used to, and which one do you use more often, sleepover or slumber party? Let me know in the comments. That's kind of what I want to know. That's our poll for today. I think if if Thursday V is gonna do all of these questions, I want to have Friday V's poll, baby. Are you team? Can I put a poll? I feel like they removed the option to put a poll in the eye icon, which sucks. But if I can, I would put it there. Otherwise, tell me in the comments below. I made my picks, y'all have made yours. Let's get this episode going. Shall we? I believe we shall. We have a big episode, but it might not be as long as you think, and we might see some shenanigans unfold, because as we start round 1, I already see there's a... You know what? I think Saya Killer mentioned recently, it almost feels like we almost always start with somebody finding a Yi-Ball. And there it is. Incredible. Yi-Ball is there. Who will score a touchdown? Who knows? But I know what I do know, and that is that someone's sounding the horns. A couple people are sounding the horns. Are those the horn bearers sounding the horns? It is! Who would have thunk? Frank, do you see them? The horn bearers. They're there. I just figured that we have Frank, the Christmas sloth, and we have Hank, the Aranara. It's the Frank and Hank connection, baby. They'll be best friends. Who knows? New tag team. Let's actually do this episode. Monosuke, tripped in a bush, found a yeet ball, shenanigans ensue. Monotaro steals that yeet ball, runs off with it. Kizzy and Natsumi fight have a pillow fight rather, to the death. Kizzy suffocates Natsumi with their pillow. Shiki does something really cute. Shinyan is ready to defend her friends. Ayato brings Monosuke in for a hug. Oh my gosh, wait a minute. Brings Monosuke in for a hug before whispering in their ear, "You mean nothing to me." Ayato then slams Monosuke to the ground and walks off alone. I think he just left the team. The heel, Ayato, just left Monosuke's team. What on earth? Pandreo steals Monotaro's Yeet-Ball, runs off with it. Nekomaru steals Pandreo's Yeet-Ball and runs off with it. Monotaro gets a persona. Maya tried to build a tank out of 16 rocks and succeeds. The Raiden Shogun now has 10 aliens on her wrist. Gin steals Nekomaru's Yeet-Ball, runs off with it. Now is glad she can rely on Nekomaru just not to hold on to a Yeet-Ball. Kori twitches uncontrollably. Panette found some medieval armor. Mana Kid looks around for stuff to scrounge. Hifumi also brings Monotaro in for a hug before whispering in his ear, "You mean nothing to me." He's also left his team. Oh my gosh. The heels are separating. Kawakami doesn't care much for this place. The Great Gozu starts sobbing uncontrollably. Yuta steals Gin's Yeet-Ball and runs off with it. Eggman and Monokuma manage a sneak attack on Panette, murdering her after she got the knight's armor too. I guess hers was really weak. Joker is sick and tired of playing nice and turns heel. Oh my gosh, Joker turns heel. This is when he turned in the Phantom Thieves. This is this ending. It is heel Joker. Terrifying. Samugi, Kori, Hifumi, Gin, Maya, and Vivia have an last fighter standing pillow fight. Feathers and bodies fall alike. Gin delivers the final strike on Hifumi, stands victorious. In fact, Gin killed every last one of them. Oh my. Crazy Yoko's looking particularly erratic today. Professor Layton really doesn't want to, but finds himself having to get rid of Gundam. Kana ambushes Hina, slaughters her. Fuiko accepts the shadows. Fuyuko gains a power persona. Mitarai duels it out with Kawakami. Kawakami bites the dust. Kole finds some rats in a cave, feeds these rats, and now she has an army at her disposal. Kazuichi and formally invites Chiaki to join his harem. Chiaki respectfully declines. The Archons see great potential in our pancake champion, grant her a Hydro Vision, the very vision that won her the World Pancake Championship. Remember, that Hydro Bubble? Maybe it's canon now. Maybe she's canonically a Hydro user. I'ma keep that in mind. You wouldn't think with her red hair that she'd be a Hydro user, but I guess she could be like, what, Nilu? Mondo finds one of the scraps. You know what, leather scraps on Mondo just sounds correct. Celeste sneaks up on Yuma. Yuma knows that he's been followed for ages, is able to counterattack and take out the tag team champion Chiaki. Doesn't feel prepared for any of this. Dope, Koto just found a fishing rod. She can catch all the fish. Angie tries to take a telejoke rather, but always falls flat. Izioi picks up listening to coal in various places. Chisa, something inside of her drives her to fight for what she believes in. Hiroko is not in this game, but she's feeling heroic. Junko seems unshaken by any of this. March 7th and Mahiru make a pillow fort. Well, that's cute. Yosuke finds this all below his concern. Yelan accepts her shadows. Yelan gains a power persona. Tiki wasn't looking and fell off of a cliff. Maybe she was sleepwalking. Leon steals... Oh, sleepwalking might be a good sub-perk for the pillow. Oh my, I'm cooking. Leon steals Yuta's Yeet-Ball and runs off with it. Yoimiya falls flat on her face. And then gets challenged by Fatsugami and Ruruka in an anything goes pancake competition. And Fatsugami said, "That pancake championship looks delicious. I can't wait to take a bite out of it." Fat Togami is going for the World Pancake Championship. Archon Tree, Grandpa and Mew, she gets a Pyro Vision. I was looking below and saw that Rantaro brings Kana in for a hug before whispering, "You mean nothing to me." Oh, Kana! Sweet bean! Rantaro then slams Kana to the ground and walks off alone. Oh my gosh. I walk alone! Nagito tries to kill Mitsuru. Mitsuru tries to bribe him. Nagito takes the money and then kills Mitsuru anyway. Kaito's found a table. Big Junko stomps on Hajime and Monica. She stomps him into the ground. I mean, she's big. I guess that makes sense. Makoto knocks out Kana fistfight. Kana's having a really bad day. She's emotionally distraught and now she's physically distraught. Taichi wonders if he should build a machine that makes yakiniku. Rindo gives Taichi things that he's found. It's soothing watching Taichi make neat contraptions from these scraps. Joe uses mysterious gas to knock out Kotoko and Chiaki death collars on them. Toko gets an electro vision. Crazy Yoko attacks both the Great Gozen and Shinyan from behind, slaughtering them both. Their team is out for today. Masaru puts a death collar on Mew while she's asleep. Komaru finds a shotgun. Ophelia finds a laser gun. Maskoto thinks about what he did to end up here. Fatogami has found a table. Hook tripped and fell, and there's another Yeet Ball in play. Oh my gosh. Klee finds a dapper suit. Kotoko finds a belt of Pokeballs. Secretly OP. So finds my climate change remote. Togami is ready for target practice. Luckily he found a handgun laying about. Hiro steals Leon's Yeet Ball and runs off with a Kokichi tries to kill Nekomaru, but Nekomaru retaliates and kills him instead. Sophie and Eggman have a pillow fight to the death. Sophie slaps Eggman off of a cliff with their pillow. Monica feels defeated after losing their teammate. They feel lonely. Monica has let him in. And you know what? I can't blame her. Who bought her back? Usami befriends a Komodo dragon with a pair of aviator goggles. Avi's not gonna like that, sure don't. Himiko gets a Geovision. Didn't expect that, and Zhongli is seen. The heels running wild, and the Geo Archon is now a face, baby. The face that runs the place. Osmanthus line is about to run wild. He's gonna be like Stone Cold, except instead of 2 cans of beer, he's gonna have 2 glasses of wine. We got 63 people left. Let's stop playing around. It's a Clear Day Loon 4. Natsumi, Panette, Kori, Hifumi, Samugi, Maya, Vivia, Gundam, Hina, Kawakami, Celeste, Tiki, Mitsuru, Hajime, Monica, Great Gozu, Shinyan, Kokichi, Eggman. And peek up here. We have 3 people who left their teams. In a game like this, some competitors are now competing alone. And if one of them wins, they're winning alone. Because they do have the opportunity as heels to team up and form a heel faction. So they could create a new team this episode. That being said, we're in some rough shape for those guys. We'll see how it goes. The heel dynamics finally starting to play into the pieces of this. We had not seen this happen yet. Goodness gracious. We'll proceed though. And as we do, let's see how it all plays out. Next round sees. Okay, Toko's doing something. Oh, and look at the face thing is also. My gosh. Masaru, the face that runs the place, begins glowing bright and becomes a light bearer. If they win, everyone they kill from this game from this point forward goes with them to the finale. And that's a major power of the heels. I'm sorry, the faces. And that's the face that runs the place. Right now, Leon has found Genocide Jack Scissors, Cute Boys Beware, Ruruka accepts the shadows of Ruruka gains the power persona. Hiro runs one of those Yeet Balls down and hits a big touchdown, baby! Touchdown, 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 burn-a-new. Fuyiko, his persona levels up, upgrading Garu to Garula. Monosuke is sick and tired of Kaito, puts a bounty on his head, 20 grand for Kaito's head. Kokoto, cast around the river. Pulled out a tuna, someone's eating good tonight. Kotoko cast her Pokeball out into the sky, and out comes Snorlax, who unfortunately flattens Sophie. Taichi builds a rocket who's gonna take a trip. Izue tries to kill Kaito for the bounty. Kaito narrowly escapes. Gin does something really cute. The Archon Sea Grippichel and Yosuke grant him a cryo vision. Mondo is wearing leather scraps. Makoto walks to a very strange machine, his molecules go all rearranged, and then we enter orange territory. Taichi and Ayato surround Toko in the middle of a pond. The power of Electro electrocutes both Ayato and Taichi via the power of Toko. And I could see Toko, she's got a very Electro color scheme. Rantaro steals Hook's Yeet Ball before running off with it. Hook actually held on to her Yeet Ball for the longest time in the last round. Raiden Shogun transforms into a massive four-armed alien. That's not completely out of character, and sends Angie into the sky. She's never seen again. Shiki wishes she could go home. Kizzy tries to kill Kole, but Kole's her rat's protector, killing Kizzy. Mayu's being chased by Junko, but used the power of Hydra to wet the surface behind her. She makes a big old mini river, and Junko slips and falls, breaks her big old neck. Wait, that's not even Big Junko, that's regular Junko. Where the big one? Mew sets her forest ablaze. Catching Chiaki, Ruka, and Nagito in the flames. Togami fires his gun again, but misses. Monokuma summons her persona, uses Free, the nuclear blast leaves burns on Shiki's arm. Fatsugami finds a neon open sign. Oh, must belong to a popular arena supermarket, maybe you should return it. Mitarai steals Rantaro's Yeet Ball before running off with it. Yuma thinks about Hajime and sobs quietly. Yuta can't take his eyes off of Mew. Himiko summons stones around Kokoto's feet. Kokoto is now trapped. Rendo steals Mitarai's Yeet Ball, runs off with it. Ophelia feels unstoppable with her laser gun. Yoimiya steals Rendo's Yeet Ball and runs off with it. Joe finds some tactical combat gear. Maskoto feels sorry for Kokoto and frees her from the trap. What a nice guy. March 7th. He loves this city. March 7th. I love Maskoto, I'm not gonna lie. Why? Because I love this arena. March 7th tries to kill Joe, but the combat gear diverts the blow. Zhongli accepts the shadow of Zhongli, gains the power persona. Professor Layton challenges Mondo and Maskoto to an anything-goes pancake eating competition. Maskoto murders the both of them before eating a single pancake, earning entry into the World Pancake Championship match. Maskoto. Okay. Okay, Usami's had enough and Usami is now enraged. Kazuichi tracked down and kills Kaito for the bounty on his head. Kazuichi is a $20,000 richer. It's going to the pimp fund, you hate to see it. Chisa scans the area looking for enemies lying about, lurking about. Crazy Yoko's bad brain turns her a little kinder. Crazy Yoko Extra Large, however, does not turn a little kinder and finds a flamethrower. Yikes. Kana Rips tries to rip off the death collar. It did no damage. Big Junko now, so Hook, Yoimiya, Ophelia have a last fighter standing pillow fight. Feathers, bodies fall alike. Hook delivers the final strike, an epic right hook with pillow in hand to Yoimiya to stand victorious. In fact, Hook killed every last one of them. So, what's up with these kids being destructive forces in these pillow fights? Monotaro finds a loaded bikini and puts on. It's quite revealing. Hook looks around for stuff to scrounge. Oh no, Nekomaru just found a dimensional scythe. Klee can no longer stand still. She's now a true knight. She's embracing her knighthood. Yelan is determined to survive this. Joker tries to get others to notice him. Kazuichi shines his pimp cane with his new $20,000 pimp cane. Komaru tries to kill Kotoko, but Kokoto intervenes in time. Kokoto had to kill Komaru to protect Kotoko's life. That is a tongue twister. Pandrea hates the way that the comments have been treating him, and he turns heel. Oh my gosh. Pandrea turns heel? That's not what I was expecting. Okay. Monica feels strong enough to handle anything, and Monica ominously carries a lantern. Because she has. Let him in. We've lost another good chunk of folks, and it's a Claire de Lune 4. Sophie, Taichi, Ayato, Angie, Kizzy, Junko, Chiaki, Ruruka, Nagito, Professor Layton, Mondo, Kaito, now. So, Big Junko, Yoimiya, Ophelia, Komaru. Well, what can I say? Except, it's not gonna be your welcome. I know some of you were expecting that, but sucks to suck. What can I say except proceed? We have 45 competitors left. One team, or two teams, or no teams, or a ghost team, or some zombies might go on to this finale, or if Masaru survives, we might see a whole bunch of other people go on. Will Masaru be able to make the most of this Light Bearer's perk? It is the boys sleepover episode? Is he trying to really prove that it is? Let's find out next round. Will he survive? So far, I was half expecting to roll all the way up and see no, he dies. Nekomaru challenges Yuta to a duel. Yuta bites the dust. March 7th is ready to give it her all to best every other creation. Girl, you ain't an OC. Fuyiko summons her persona, uses Garula, the Wind Blast, Rindo back with such power, a tree falls as it collides with it. Fuyiko's persona has gained enough experience to learn Magarudain. Everyone's in danger. Leon doesn't really understand what's happening. Kana simply uses their paddle to beat March 7th to death. Nothing fancy, just vintage Kana brutality. You didn't get a pillow, Kana? You got a paddle? You didn't get the memo? It was probably Rantaro and his heelish antics. Oh man, this game is nuts. Clean loses their burst of heroism. She was like, yeah, I'm over it. I want to go blow up some fish. Maskoto wishes he didn't have to kill anybody. Zhongli summons their persona and uses Bufu, trapping Usami's feet in ice. Toko uses a Pokeball. Out comes Moltres. Moltres uses Fire Blast, burning Kole and Hook alive. Mahiru sneaks up on Yuma, but Yuma's like, why is everyone trying to follow me? I'm just gonna murder them all as I counterattack their blows. However, Joker, who has just turned heel this episode, has grown a conscience and cast aside his heelish ways, not just going neutral, but actually turning face. Who is this man's The Big Show? Oh my gosh. Mew sees Usami caught in a trap. Instead of freeing her, Mew sets the trap and Usami on fire. That's a girl boss. Kazuichi can't help but admire his own genius mind. Masaru finds a magic wand that might help him survive a little bit longer. Toko can't wait to kill again. Crazy Oko's bad brain turns her into an absolute pain to deal with. The heel Pandreo feels like jamming out. He gets my soundboard. Kizzy's gone. Joe has found a table. Hopefully nobody goes through it. Monotaro is flaunting his bikini. Rantaro kills Leon before Monokid can react. There's nothing Monokid can do. Himiko summons a shield protecting her from Gen's attack. Himiko then causes the ground beneath Gen to give way, burying him alive. Monosuke is looking out only for himself. Yelan summons a persona, uses Zio to shock Pandreo, leaving him dazed. Monica attacks Monotaro relentlessly, unhinged to a bloody pulp. Let him in. Raiden Shogun cycles through her alien choices. Izuoi attacks Koto from behind, eviscerates her. Darkness rolls around Vivia's body. Vivia's back as a ghost. Yeah. Togami aims his handgun in the distance. Chisa has a horrible feeling in her chest. Shiki gets mauled by wild animals. Kokoto putrefies silently. Hiro doesn't feel prepared for any of this. Darkness rolls around Gundam's body. His spirit, he is back as a ghost as well. The ghosts are all over the place. Fatogami still has, I think, the neon open sign, sets up his table, choke slamming, in fact, Fuyiko through the table. Crazy Oko extra large wants to use that flamethrower, she really wants to. Makoto fires blast of energy from his hands at Monokuma. Monokuma is unable to survive the blow. Young Mitsurai puts a death collar on Klee while she's asleep with the pillow. Yosuke buries Yelan and Kazuichi in piles of ice, freezing them both alive, and Monokid sits there with a blank stare. He's like, Monokid, are you okay? We are down to 29, just slightly larger than a standard sized game. I told you this one, even though we had a good chunk of competitors, might go by real fast. And it's gonna continue going by fast after this Clair de Lune 4. Yuta, Rindo, March 7th. Kole, Hook. Mahiru, Usami, Leon, Gen, Monotaro, Kokoto, Shiki, Fuyiko, Monokuma, Yelan, Kazuichi. Well, 29 left. Do we have any more of the heels that are not a part of their teams right now? Yeah, we still have Rantaro. He's still kind of vibing out. Not vibing. I don't know if I would say vibing. He did just murder Leon. Perhaps vibing is not the right answer. We will proceed, though. And our next round sees, I told you, we got some shenanigans. Chisa knocks out Joe in a fistfight. In fact, this day might be kind of peaceful. It might just be people picking up items. Izuoi, pictureless and cool lying in various places, and Joker has found a table. Hopefully nobody goes through it. Well, let me talk to you. As Makoto catches Vivian a thermos, sends him back to the ghost zone. A little something is playing, and I think it's like a heart, a rebel heart. Wait a minute, no, it's not a rebel heart, I was fooled! Fat Togami hangs up and turns on the neon open sign. Lady Anna's traveling market is now open and all the tributes are forced to shop? Lady Anna. Here, I guess you can have this song. We'll have to give Lady Anna, I'll have to ask her what song should be playing during her section. But I digress. Himiko gets a 15% discount on a vision. How do we even sell those? How? Someone house away. Crazy Yoko gets a 15% discount on a nice stack of pancakes. Togami gets a 69% discount on a 6-sword. Nice. Zhongli, Pandreo, and Toko goes to the freezer section. Joe locks them all in, freezing them to death. Mew gets a 50% discount on a vision. How do we even sell those here? Young Mitarai works at AV's Wares and Despairs, restocking the shelves as best as he can. Masaru takes too many free samples and dies. Is killed off by security. In fact, I don't know if he got any kills since becoming a light bearer. Which is kind of funny. Monosuke gets a 25% discount on a Wish Ring. How spectacular. Clea gets a 33% discount on a dope chainsaw. Monica tips over an aisle, causing other aisles to fall like dominoes, killing Rantaro, Joker, Kotoko in the process. Gundam flies to the walls to catch the best deals. Hero shops till he drops dead. Raiden cuts Nekomaru in line. Nekomaru cuts Raiden with a knife. Yosuke works at Yoko's and is only here to gather intel. So Yoko also considers Lady Anna's traveling market to be a threat? Okay. Mew sets Joe's table on fire. Mew then slams Joe through a table. Crazy Yoko gets a 15% discount on a soundboard. Wait, no, that's mine. Yuma and Monica joust with shopping carts. Yuma is the only one to survive. Nekomaru slices his scythe, opening a dimensional rift before Sparta-style kicking Monica into the spare dimension. And Kana takes a free sample but is unfortunately allergic and dies. All this foot traffic does a number on the store, so I hire Maskoto as a janitor. We are down to actually just a 16. Not quite what I expected, but you know what I do expect? A Clear Day Loon 4. A Clear Day Loon 4. Vivia, Pandreo, Toko, Zhongli, Masaru, Rantaro, Joker, Kotoko, Hero, Raiden Shogun, Joe, Monokid, Kana. 16. 6 more into your saving grace picks, and with all the items that we just got, I feel like we'll get there soon. Admittedly, I think we're gonna get there real soon. So, without further ado, I know some of y'all need those picks. So let's try and get those picks. Next round sees we might get those picks. Hero's dead. Crazy Yoko wonders why anyone would choose waffles over the glory that is the pancake. She is based for that. Mew. And Himiko both unleash the power of their visions. Mitarai is caught in between Pyro and Electro and is overloaded, causing him to explode. Monica avoids the dark trees reaching out to grab her. Using her chainsaw, Clee brutally chops Himiko to pieces. Oh my gosh. Crazy Yoko extra large presses a button on Avi's soundboard and plays Perfect 10. Where is that on my soundboard? That's something that hasn't popped up in a long time. And most of me is wondering, is it here? It is. And it's kind of fitting because this is the song that we used for the Retribution Rumble. The Perfect 10. Boom, boom, boom. It's kind of, okay, you know what, this is a vibe. We'll power onto this for a little bit, as Chisa gets a 75% discount on a belt of Pokeballs. Makoto gets a 50% discount on a Vision. Kotoko's putrefying silently. Nekomaru slices that dimensional scythe, however, she is one of the greatest agents of chaos of all time, takes that scythe, shoves Nekomaru in instead. Chisa survives, and now Nekomaru gets a taste of his own medicine. Gundam, Mrs. Bean out of dinner. Fat Togami gets a 25% discount on a nice stack of pancakes. Maskoto sweeps up footprints around the cornucopia. Archon C. Greptional and Monosuke ground him a Dendro Vision. Togami swooshes the air with a sword. Yosuke, Mew unleash the power of their visions. Cryo, Pyro, Yuma's melted away. Himiko's back as a ghost, and Izioi gets a sick discount on a sword as we go on to play a Claire de Lune, a short one this time actually for Young Mitarai. Himiko, Yuma. Nekomaru now trapped in the despair dimension with the person who he sent there as my pin goes tumbling to the ground. I got a feeling I'll need it again. But 2 more into your saving grace picks, but technically we ain't there yet. And who knows, we might not get there next time either, will we? Well, we will. Yeah, we will. We see it right here. Himiko plays around with her incorporeal body, passing the various things to pass the time. Chisa tossed out a Pokeball, out comes Roserade, uses Petal Dance, tearing Izuyoi to shreds. What in the world? Togami just found a chainsaw. Fat Togami, if we might have a Fat Togami versus Togami battle at the end of this. Chisa beats her with, Fat Togami beats Chisa rather within an inch of her life with a single pancake, uses another one to finish the job. Never mind, we won't. Maskoto cleans up Ryan's rotten corpse. Makoto, both the Makotos are still in? Oh my gosh, shoots blast energy from his hands at Togami. Togami's able to narrowly avoid every single one of them. Monica and Nekomaru are attacked by a ravenous demon. Both are able to overcome and defeat it. Cleax's cool in her dapper suit. She's like, hey, I'm awesome. And she is. Nekomaru has had the last of his energy sapped by the ominous purple fog. That was quick. Crazy Oak Extra Large uses the soundboard because it's confiscated for playing copyrighted music for Shame Mew. Is cooking up a genius idea. Monosuke causes blooms in the pond that Fat Togami and Crazy Oko are both fighting, and the blooms explode, killing them both. Gundam Mitsubishi have dinner, and Yosuke summons a massive spear of ice, impaling Mew. We are down to a lucky 7. 2 of them from Team Makoto could earn you a fan vote, but most importantly, rather, the one last Claire de Lune 4. Izuyoi, Chisa, Nekomaru, Fat Togami, Crazy Hiyoko, Mew. So do you need some new picks? Yeah, you do. You do. Don't pretend like you don't. You need some new picks. I know you do. It's clear. It's evident. Poor Kana all alone, man. Poor Kana all alone. She's not even the only one. There's a couple of people who are all alone. I don't think any of the all alone folk are still in. Monotaro. Monosuke is still in. Hold on. Imagine Ayato leaves the team and Monosuke wins by himself. I think that's fascinating. However, it's time for your new picks, and those picks are your Saving Grace picks. Deep Pocket sees Monosuke. We're gonna start at the bottom here, because Monosuke kind of is the story we want to talk about. Imagine Ayato says, "You mean nothing to me," and that empowers Monosuke to carry on to the end all alone. High Flying sees Yosuke. You don't count that man's out. You never count him out, ever. He is a former AEW champion, a former tag team champion here in the Hunger Games. He will make a splash wherever he goes. Mage Against the Machine sees Himiko as a ghost. She could possess somebody, but right now she is not who we're talking about. Monica is in the despair dimension. If she finds a way out, she's great, but right now, she ain't got nothing. As we go on, we see Crazy Yoko, who is alive for Big and Tall. Will she be able to carry on? Crazy Yoko, she's a go-getter. You love to see it. Makoto and Maskoto. Team Makoto's completely in. We have a half ghost and we have a janitor. They might clean up again. They might clean up again. Team Makoto might be cracked. As we go up and onward, we see Gundam's a ghost, so we're not talking about him too much, but he could possess somebody and make this match something special. The professional sees Togami. Togami, who hasn't had his big moments in these things. He's been an Agent of Chaos and he was an alright Agent of Chaos, but Togami could show the world. Could be a true professional this game. Take his pillow, not really use it, and just take a nap. He hasn't actually killed anybody. Oh, fascinating. Fascinating indeed. But then we got little Clea, Queen of the Ring Clea. She's kind, she's cute, she's got a dapper suit and a chainsaw, but most importantly, she's ready for bedtime with that pillow, and that is your final 7. Those are your saving grace picks. Pick first, second, third. And while you're doing that, I say once again, there's that little button that says like. Does it still have a thumbs up? Man, I don't know. But you should click it to make sure. If it does, if it doesn't, still click it. Because, you know, that's cool. It's cool people click the like button. It's true. That being said, let's do it. It's your final 7. I'm going to make my picks. You've made yours in the comments. I'm going to take Yosuke for first. No, Klee for first, Yosuke for second, and Makoto for third. As we go on, your final 7 are all caught here, with their hearts beating the same pulse, the same determination, perhaps even the same fate as that of. Oh, it's time. It's Samurai Woman. Final 7. Unlucky 7 or lucky 7. Remember, we do all have pillows, so at a moment's notice, we could see that 6-person pillow fight, and that could really call the end of things. That might have been a ghost round. That might have been a ghost round. We did have a ghost round. Because Crazy Yoko is back as a ghost. We're gonna have to do some shenanigans and figuring out here, because we did have a ghost round. Gundam's still a ghost. Maskoto's ready to defend his friends. In fact, Makoto and Maskoto were in the final 4 for a second. Makoto shakes Crazy Yoko's hands, but it was a prank. Who bought Crazy Yoko back? We're gonna have to figure it out. Crazy Yoko comes back to her senses immediately, and Togami finds himself face to face with Makoto and says, "Let me tell you, Naegi," and shoots him dead with his gun. This round, we've lost really more than Makoto, but, you know, it is still a Claire de Lune, technically terrible turnabout for her. Makoto. Okay. So, I think somebody in here should have death by possession, I guess. Or possessing somebody. So, let's figure out who's possessing. You. It's not Gundam, right? Gundam is still there. Is it Himiko? Vivi was sent back to the ghost zone. It might be Himiko. Wherever she may be. Doom, 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 doom. Despair Dimension Demise, you hate to see it. Dominoes. Shopped too hard. Let's see. There she is, yes. Busy possessing a body. Cool. Although it says killed by Klee. Was she originally killed by Klee? Did Klee get possessed? I need to double check to see if Klee has 2 things, because maybe it's not her. Where's Klee? Klee might have just killed her otherwise. Klee. We're doing some admin right now. This is how we have to figure this out. Klee killed Himiko, died just once by Makoto being fried by lightning. Okay. Well, I guess I could control F Himiko. There's 3. 1 person killed Himiko, you died to Himiko. And then there's Himiko. So yeah, Himiko is actually just possessing Crazy Yoko. We figured it out, you guys, what Blue's Clues were all about. We still got 3 people left, though. So within these 3, it is actually Maskoto, it is Togami, and it is Crazy Yoko being possessed by Himiko in what is an interesting crisis. Within our final 5, a crisis of fate. Let's do it. Final 3. Maskoto, Togami, Crazy Yoko does not end yet, and shockingly enough, doesn't revive one of his teammates. Maskoto uses a mysterious dash to knock out Togami and Crazy Yoko, putting death colors on them. Gundam plays around with his incorporeal body, and Togami uses the soundboard to play Rebel Heart. Chisa's heart beats in sync with the song, suddenly reviving her. That is extremely shocking, because you would think that he would bring back Zhongli. No, he brought back Chisa. Chisa, who sent Nekomaru to the Despair Dimension. I feel like she did some other shenanigans today, but we're up to 4 now, so let's proceed and see how it all plays out. Wait a minute. Wait, our light bearer? Wait a minute, hold on a second. Maskoto and Togami have a fight to the death. Maskoto fills their pillowcase with rocks, brutalizing Togami. That's wild. Gundam has found the corpse of Masaru and possesses it. The light bearer is now being controlled by Gundam. Oh my gosh. It's not over, but I mean, like, Masaru's now dead again. I was gonna say, he hasn't really done too much. Izio is back as a ghost. Masaru gestures angrily towards Maskoto with his magic wand, and then Maskoto feels his brain hemisphere switch places. He topples over dead. Crazy Yoko shoves pancake after pancake into her mouth. She's still being possessed by Himiko, and Chisa says, no, none of this Gundam stuff. He's not doing it again. Tosses out a Pokeball. Out comes Articuno using Ice Beam to freeze Masaru's solid, which could have been a wild comeback from behind victory. But I do digress. That brings us now to your final two. What a ride after this terrible turnabout 4. Togami, Gundam, Maskoto, Masaru. We have one ghost in Izioi. We have a possessed Crazy Hiyoko, which could send 2 teams to the finale. And then we have Chisa for the hot from what I go to school for. Ladies and gentlemen, I think you know what it's time for. Avi, you're gonna ask that one magical question, aren't you? I think you already know. I have to ask you just who. Will it be Chisa, a possessed Crazy Hiyoko? Crazy Hiyoko, back from the dead, who's controlling her body, but Mage Against the Machine's own Himiko. Himiko could do it for Ophelia and Fischl, and technically also do it for Crazy Hiyoko. Lady Anna, who wasn't in this game but had her things do the things, and Hook. That could be the case. However, what's stopping them? Teachers. What I go to school for, Chisa, Kawakami, and Nightwing. The 3 of them could be an unstoppable force. We've seen a team of moms win the tag team championships before. Could we see a team of teachers do it this time? Will it be Teachers Appreciation Week, or will it be a possession session? Let's find out, because between Chisa, Crazy Hiyoko, and Chisa, another possession from Izioi, or some other shenanigan? Let's see how it all plays out, because in the next round it could all end. Will it all end? It does end, and it's actually Izioi. Chisa, he's had a week! Chisa tosses out a Pokeball, out comes Zapdos. Zapdos uses Thunderbolt, frying Crazy Yoko alive, and she is the victor, she is the one. However, I think we discussed that the ghost can only win through the body of somebody else. Izioi kills Chisa through ghastly means. Everyone's dead. Oh, what do we do here? I almost feel like we should just give it to Izioi, since everybody else is dead. Since everybody else is dead, I think we have to give it to Izioi. I think if it were like Ghost and like one ghost was alive and like an alive person was alive, clearly a live person wins. But like, since there's no souls left but Izioi, I think we have to give it to the mans. I think we have to give it to him. Is that I feel like we said we couldn't do true ghost victories like this. Do we let him possess somebody? Is it the official possession session? Or do we just give it to Izioi the ghost? Well, I'll make my decision after this. Terrible turnabout 4. Crazy Hiyoko, Chisa. I kind of think we just give it to Izioi. I kind of do think we just give it to Izioi. I think possession victory is fine, but I think maybe we should just allow the single ghost victory. If we're allowing like the zombie victory, I think the lone ghost victory might need to stand. It may need to stand. We'll give it to Izuo. I'm just kind of curious to see what would have happened. We'll see what would have happened, and we'll continue after I do this. But, like, we'll say it, yeah, officially. You're a winner. He's had one heck of a week. I'll be frank, he was technically one spot away from winning 3 games in a week. And he is your winner for the Raiden Shogun for Iris. They came through, and Izuo snags the ghost victory. Too sweet. That's where we lie. That's our game right there. That is our game. Izuo takes it. Let's see who he would have possessed, or if he would have just dissipated. He would have done that. That would have been that. Hero would have been the one who was possessed. So it would have been technically crystal clear. But I think we're just going to allow Izuo to have it. But also, look, Masaru came back as a ghost. Shock of the century. We're going to allow Izuo to take this one for his team. Too sweet. And I think that's a new era. If you are a ghost and you are legitimately all alone, that'll be a ghost victory. We'll take that as a true ghost victory. There are possession victories. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Congratulations, Izuo. You were the last soul standing. That's it. That's all she wrote. First and foremost, congratulations, Mew had 6 KOs, Gin with 5, Hook with 5, Makoto with 4. If Izuo was also not there, I think we technically would have given it to Couples Counseling, which would have also been a fan vote, because they won early this season, so I mean, like, I think this is fine. Gin, 5, Hook with 5. The kids kind of cooked with those pillow fights. Makoto with 4, Monaka with 4, Yosuke with 4, Nekomaru with 3, Maskoto rather with 3, Yuma with 3, Joe, Kotoko, Chise with 3, everyone else with 2 or less. The bracket shows now Izuo, Iris, and the Raiden Shogun stand tall. They take the true ghostly victory with that translucent Izuo. They done did it. Too sweet. And too sweet it is. We are done for today. I didn't want this one to go to too long. It's not over an hour, right? It's close. So we're gonna wrap things up. Tonight is Friday Night Inferno. Wins Davey. He has gotta cook because in a week's time, a week and a day, next Saturday is the fight before Christmas. So get excited, get hyped, because the show is about to be on the road. Until then, I'm taking off. Toodaloo, Flight Crew. Thank you for watching. Well, also remember, this Sunday Tag Team OC action is here. So get excited for that too. Next Saturday is the fight before Christmas. I suppose that's good too. I have the fan votes actually for the fight before Christmas. Rumbles. No, I'm not gonna say a word. I won't say a word. Maybe Wednesday will say something about it, but I ain't saying nothing. Toodaloo, Flight Crew. Thanks for watching.